New Japan Pro Wrestling presents The New Beginning in Osaka, February 10th, 2018, from Osaka, Japan. The event has been built around 5 singles matches featuring wrestlers from Chaos going up against wrestlers from Los Ingobernables de Japón. And 3 of those matches will involve wrestlers from Chaos defending singles championships against a wrestler from LIJ. So just before we go into the lineup for the event, do want to remind everyone to please hit the subscribe button. You can also tick that little bell to make sure that you're not missing out on any news or reports from New Japan Pro Wrestling. We'll be doing a post-event show as well following this big event in Osaka. So let's run down the card. We start off with Katsuya Kitamura's 7-match trial series. He's lost all of the matches so far. And in Osaka, he'll go up against Yuji Nagata. Now, Kevin Kelly has stressed on commentary that it's not about picking up wins here for Kitamura, which is good because he hasn't picked up any. It's about showing the effort that New Japan Pro Wrestling wants to see. Then following this match, we might get an update about what is next for the 32-year-old young lion if an excursion is in his near future. Then we move on to the second match, which could have implications for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Championships. Now, Roppongi 3K, 2 guys who were young lions not so long ago, Sho Tanaka and Yohei Komatsu, they're going to go up against El Desperado and Kanemaru from Suzuki-Gun in a non-title match. However, I would imagine if Suzuki-Gun wins, they would earn a shot against Roppongi 3K for the belts. Now, they've been, these 2 sides have been wrestling against each other in multi-tag matches for the last few weeks. And for the most part, the Chaos team has been able to pick up the victory. Suzuki-Gun was able to pick up the win in 6-man action on February 4th. Other than that, Roppongi 3K, along with their Chaos stablemates, have been able to fend off Suzuki-Gun for most of this tour. However, it really comes down to what happens here. If Roppongi 3K can pick up the victory, it's likely that their next title match would then be a trilogy bout with the Young Bucks. The Young Bucks defeated Roppongi 3K at Wrestle Kingdom this year. However, in Sapporo, Roppongi 3K avenged the loss and picked up the win over the Young Bucks. So those 2 teams need to do it again. If Suzuki-Gun is able to pick up the win in this match, they might delay that by earning themselves a title match. So we'll see what happens here. But somewhere down the line, Roppongi 3K and the Young Bucks have to throw it back again. And then let's move into our 4th match in Osaka. And this will have implications for the IWGP Intercontinental Championship, which Minoru Suzuki won by defeating Hiroshi Tanahashi on the first night of the New Beginning in Sapporo. Now, earlier this week, on Monday, in a multi-tag match, Togi Makabe picked up the win for his team by hitting the King Kong knee drop on Kanemaru. Now, often you need to pin the champion in a multi-person tag match to be in a position to challenge the champion, though that's not always the case. Sometimes if you just pick up the pin for your team against a team that the champion is on, that sometimes puts you in a position to challenge for the title as well. Anyway, Makabe, after picking up the pin over Kanemaru in a match that Minoru Suzuki was in, he challenged Suzuki for a title shot. Suzuki gave no answer on Monday, but then on Tuesday, Suzuki was again going up against Makabe in a multi-person tag match. Suzuki picked up the submission win for his team in that match by forcing Taguchi to submit. And then after the match, he gave Makabe a Gotch-style pile driver and then told him, "No, you're not getting a title shot. I'm not giving you one." Now Makabe will have a chance again to earn a title shot in Osaka as he will be teaming up with Taguchi, Michael Elgin, and Kushida, going up against the Suzuki-Gun team of Taka Michinoku, Taichi, Iizuka, and Minoru Suzuki himself. So if anybody's able to pick up a pin over Suzuki, or maybe even the other members of Suzuki-Gun, they could find themselves in line for an Intercontinental Championship opportunity. And when Hiroshi Tanahashi returns from injury, you would have to imagine that he would be given a chance to regain the title he lost in Sapporo. Moving into the third match, and this match could have implications for the IWGP United States Championship, which was won last month in Sapporo by Switchblade Jay White. Now, Kenny Omega, at some point you would have to imagine, will get a rematch for the championship he lost. Some have also speculated that Hangman Page, who came out to challenge Jay White after winning the championship, although he was stopped from doing so by Kenny Omega. So it's not clear if Hangman Page has officially laid down a challenge for a U.S. title shot or not. But he might be in the picture. Omega might be in the picture. And David Finlay actually might be in the picture as well. On Monday's show from Korakuen Hall, Jay White defeated David Finlay in singles competition, seemingly knocking Finlay out of title competition. But then after the match, Jay White locked him up in a crucifix and started laying in the elbows. So Kevin Kelly was playing up on commentary heavily that Jay White and David Finlay, they were training partners in the New Japan dojo. There's a lot of history there. There was a sense of healthy competition amongst the young lions before they went on excursion. So, before Jay White went on excursion. So David Finlay, the next night, looked like he was trying to get his hands on White and get some revenge. And Kelly mentioned that scores have not been settled between Jay White and David Finlay. So perhaps if David Finlay is able to pick up a pin over someone on the Chaos team, he might find himself in title contention. Certainly if he picks up a pin or submission on Jay White, he would be in title competition. And then Juice Robinson and Tenare, also, if they were able to pick up a pin or submission over Jay White and possibly over Yano or Ishii as well, they might find themselves in the running for a United States title opportunity from Jay White. So let's move now into the 5 matches that feature wrestlers from Chaos going up against wrestlers from LIJ. Of course, this is a way to follow up the Naito Kazuchika Okada match from Wrestle Kingdom this year as the LIJ and Chaos rivalry continues. So to start things off, Gato will be going up against Bushi. Now, on the shows from Korakuen Hall this week, Gato stole Bushi's mask in the main event of the first night, which was an elimination tag team match between Chaos and LIJ, and Gato got himself disqualified by ripping off Bushi's mask. Ripping off an opponent's mask is a disqualification under Lucha Libre rules, so I'm assuming it's been adopted by New Japan Pro Wrestling as well. So expect Bushi to try and get some revenge for that in this match, and possibly some of the match would focus around Bushi trying to regain his mask, I suppose. The 6th match in Osaka will be YOSHI-HASHI going up against Tetsuya Naito. And it would be quite the upset if YOSHI-HASHI was to defeat Naito in this match here. And we move on to the first title match in Osaka. It will be for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship, as the current champion Will Ospreay, who won the title at Wrestle Kingdom this year, goes up against former champion Hiromu Takahashi. Now, last year, when Takahashi returned from excursion and was the ticking time bomb. He quickly knocked Kushida off of his throne in the junior heavyweight division, took his title, and then successfully defended his title against Kushida as well. So Takahashi really came into this division when he came back just with guns blazing, and he'll be looking to get back the championship in Osaka. He would like to bring a title belt in back to his LIJ stable. Then we move into the semi-main event for the Never Openweight Championship. Hiroki Goto, who not only defeated Minoru Suzuki for this championship at Wrestle Kingdom, but forced the beautiful sadist to have to shave his own hair. Hiroki Goto will defend the Never Openweight Championship against Evil in Osaka. Evil, who is a former Intercontinental Championship. This would be a big win for him to bring back another major singles title into the LIJ stable. Evil and Takahashi have better odds than SANADA does in the main event. The main event of the New Beginning in Osaka will be Kazuchika Okada taking his record-breaking IWGP Heavyweight Championship reign into Osaka to defend against SANADA from LIJ. If you remember, SANADA and Kazuchika Okada do have a history together. In 2016, SANADA debuted for LIJ by causing a distraction which allowed Naito to defeat Okada for the title. Okada would later come back, defeat SANADA in a singles match, then defeat Naito to win his belt back, and then defeat Naito again to defend it. So Okada was able to get his revenge the last time these two worked a program, but this time Okada will be defending the title against SANADA. So a huge match for SANADA, who once wrestled for the Ring of Honor title, I'm pretty sure. And it should be interesting to see how the two stables do against each other here. The heavy money, of course, is that Okada is able to successfully retain his title, but then does LIJ manage to wrestle away the Never Openweight belt and the junior heavyweight title? Our LIJ, you'd have to figure that Naito is going to defeat YOSHI-HASHI. So then it sort of becomes a best of three for the stable bragging wars to see who comes away looking like the better stable. So if we figure that Okada and Naito are both going to win, Bushi should be able to defeat Goto. It really comes down to who wins the two singles matches between Ospreay and Takahashi and Goto and Evil. I mean, you never know. SANADA could shock the world and end the longest reigning title reign in IWGP Heavyweight Championship history. But that would be probably the biggest upset in recent memory if SANADA was to do that. So you would have to imagine that LIJ would at least want to take the other two titles away and win more than they lose in the 5-match series. Like if they could come away with the two other titles and having won 3 of 5, then they can at least say, oh, well, we won the stable war with Chaos, even though they still have the IWGP Heavyweight Championship belt. So we'll see. We'll see. It goes down in Osaka on February 10th. Make sure to hit the subscribe button and click the little bell so that you are notified when our post New Beginning in Osaka show is up on YouTube and on our website, spoilerfreewrestling.com. You can also follow us on Twitter at SPF Wrestling, as well as facebook.com/spoilerfreewrestling. Many different ways to keep up to date with what we're doing. Thank you very much for supporting this website. I'm the Guy from Spoiler Free Wrestling.